Yo.
What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you too. What you want?
Oh, man, same shit. What's up with you?
What you mean, what's up with me? I'm sitting right here next to you.
Voice sounds real sexy right now.
Say what?
You want to talk to me later on then?
No, I don't want to talk later on, motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck's so sexy about my voice?
Oh, man, my bad. I was on the phone.
Oh, great. You got one of those ridiculous fucking headsets.
Man, I don't know what you be talking about. Bitches like this shit, man. They be thinking I'm one of them men's in black or something like that. You know, they think I got big things going on, you know? They be wondering where the black limo is at. When they see, all they see is the headpiece, they assume it's a black limo. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. This the house right here.
Okay, check it out. Last week, right, I was in the strip club, right? I had titties in one hand, titties in the other hand. I had 2 hands full of titties. That's bigger than 2 scoops of raisins. I'm still talking to my account at the same time. What's not to like about that?
Okay, first of all, I don't know when you're talking to me or when you're talking on the goddamn phone. Second, when people wear those things, they appear to be talking to themselves. There's a name for people who talk to themselves, Ed. They call them homeless.
Man, bitches love this Bluetooth. It changed my life. I don't know what to do with my hands now.
Be that as it may, no technology is worth my dignity. If talking on a wireless headset mean I gotta look like Buck Rogers, then I'm not interested. Besides, there's a reason why people hold a phone to their head, Ed. It lets people around you know you're talking on the phone. So those people know not to waste time talking to you until you're finished, which you indicate by putting that motherfucker away.
You know, I like the way your booty looks when you're bending over. I like that a lot. Very sexy. I can make it over there later. Yeah, I'm real ready.
I hate these headsets.
In the quiet suburbs of Woodcrest, the night air usually whispers of calm, tracing the calm before chaos. In Thank You for Not Snitching, Aaron Magruder's Boondocks paints a sharp satirical scene. 2 unlikely figures, Ed Wuncler III and his war buddy Ed Rummy, slip through the darkness like wayward soldiers. They are dressed in dark gear, ready to burglarize another home. Yet this is no ordinary crime spree. Hidden in their antics are parodies of power, loyalty, and cultural strife. The episode opens on a late night in Woodcrest as Ed Wuncler III, voiced by Charlie Murphy, and Ed Rummy, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson, drive through the neighborhood in dark clothes and bulletproof vests. The pair are former Special Forces soldiers now turned blindly incompetent burglars on a mission of profit and paranoia. The next morning, the tranquil facade of Woodcrest crumbles. A rash of home break-ins has panicked the community. Granddad Freeman, Robert, is brutally interrogated by police after his car, Dorothy, is stolen from his own garage, a crime Ed and Jen committed only hours earlier. Riley stumbles upon their heist as they panic and flee, but when the police arrive, Riley and Granddad stubbornly refuse to identify the real culprits. Riley's code of honor, the stop snitching dictum, kicks in. In an ironic twist, Huey, ever the voice of reason, gently reminds Riley that refusing to speak could endanger his family. Huey even points out the absurd irony. Rappers bemoaning stop snitching often incriminate themselves with their lyrics, but Riley's loyalty is unshakable. As the episode concludes, Ed and Jen nonchalantly return, joyriding on Riley's prized bike, mockingly praising the boy. Thank you for not snitching. Ed Rummy chuckles before Ed bluntly adds, Riley stands there mute, his loyalty exploited and his innocence bruised.
It was the 3rd house to get robbed in Woodcrest in less than a week. The police were talking to everyone on our street for clues.
Came from that area over there. Running.
Well, almost everyone.
Do they gallop still? Or he had a gallopy gait to him. Officer, I'm not finished.
Hello, sir. I'm Officer Calloway. I'm here to...
I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing.
Right.
Cheers.
Granddad really didn't know anything about the break-ins, but his unwillingness to talk with the police is a common trait with black people. It's no secret that black people are culturally inclined against snitching.
Hey, I ain't seen nothing.
like your mama.
But recently, what was once an unwritten rule about snitching has become a full-blown stop snitching movement, complete with merchandising. Take the murder of 19-year-old Jermaine LoJack Walker, who was shot during a street basketball tournament in the middle of a summer afternoon in front of at least 300 eyewitnesses. Nobody even called the cops. They all just went home. But despite the cultural stigma against it, a whopping 1 in 12 black men in poor neighborhoods is an active informant.
You damn right, Mr. Policeman. I saw the whole thing.
That means every party, every cookout, every wedding probably has someone secretly working as an informant. Where I live, snitching is more like a recreational hobby. They even have a club for snitches. It's called the Neighborhood Watch. No snitching!
Hold it right there, boy. Woodcrest Neighborhood Watch. Now, where was you at 11 o'clock last night, huh? Huh? Come on now. Don't lie to me.
I was in bed.
No, you wasn't. I seen you with my own eye. You was robbing white people's houses, wasn't you? And oh, look at them wheels. The law say when the bicycle stop, the wheel's supposed to stop. You need a special permit for wheels like that. Oh, come back here. I'm calling the police. Stop!
Can we bring in the army?
How long will we wait on the police to protect us?
Can we bring in the army?
This is a tragedy. The white man ain't never done nothing to nobody, and he don't deserve this.
Wait, everyone, please. Order.
When will
People, calm down.
This is our fault. We've let the predators think we're weak.
Has the Department of Homeland Security ruled out terrorism?
It was them Freeman boys. I'm telling you, you can't trust them new niggas. Yeah, I said it.
Now, Ruckus, that's crazy.
If they're so innocent, why won't they talk to the police?
What did he say?
Yeah, why? Why wouldn't they?
Doesn't sound like innocent behavior to me.
Why wouldn't they want to talk to the police?
I love talking to the police.
We're gonna go check them out. If the cops won't make them talk, I'll make them talk.
Mrs. Von Hausen, the Neighborhood Watch is not a law enforcement agency. No interrogations. Now, if you visit the Freemans and ask them to join the Neighborhood Watch, that would be great. And let's all of us reach out to all our other neighbors to help us keep an eye out. Okay?
Well, that's sensible.
Yeah, right. Really?
Oh, we're gonna reach out all right.
What the hell do y'all want?
We'll ask the questions around here, Robert. Ask the question, Miss Von Hausen.
I don't have time for this crap. Get out the way, old white woman.
Mr. Freeman, we are from the Woodcrest Neighborhood Watch. Now, as you know, we've had some home invasions recently. We were concerned to hear that you refused to talk to the police.
I didn't see nothing.
You tell him, Granddad, no snitching.
You've also refused our previous invitations to join the Neighborhood Watch. We could use your support. Our motto is, neighbors watching neighbors.
Oh, I'm watching all right. I'm watching this neighborhood become a bunch of damn tattletales.
Good one, Granddad. You killing him.
Property was stolen, Mr. Freeman.
Stolen.
The sanctity of our community was violated.
Tough kitty. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Boy, I'll be back tonight. Move the hell out of my
Robert, did you just touch a white woman? Sorry he touched you, Miss Van Houten. We'll make sure you get sterilized later. Whoa. You almost touched Miss Van Houten.
Stop snitching!
This seemingly simple plot, two bungling thieves robbing homes for Wuncler Enterprises while Riley covers for them, serves as a crucible of themes. It satirizes no-snitch street culture, racial profiling, political naivete, and the blind spots of privilege. Ed Wuncler III is a tall white man in his 30s, easily spotted by the large W medallion he sports. His youthfulness and swagger suggest he's living on the edge of responsibility, but a closer look reveals he's actually a product of nepotism and ignorance. A recurring punchline is that Ed's great-grandfather Ed Wuncler I is so wealthy and powerful that the police and officials do his bidding. This privilege allows Ed and Gin Rummy to stumble through crime after crime unpunished, a running gag in the series. Indeed, Ed's unremarkable military career, followed by a series of poorly executed robberies, including kidnapping the wrong person, are all overlooked because of his family's influence.
That's the wrong kid, Ed. I told you to grab Butch Magnus, 5'4", 130 pounds.
Well, how was I supposed to know that was the wrong kid?
I gave you a picture, man. How hard is it to grab the right kid, Ed?
You told me to grab a kid. I grabbed the kid. You don't like the way I do it? Then do your own. You know what? That's your only freebie. You want me to kidnap anybody else? You paying top dollar.
That's not fair. You grabbed the wrong kid.
Tough titty. My bad. You go ahead and leave.
Psychologically, Ed is a caricature of brash self-confidence with a surprising vulnerability. He craves validation and status. Ed eagerly boasts about his gadgets. He's what they call techno-savvy, proudly tapping his Bluetooth headset as if it makes him a cutting-edge criminal mastermind. Yet his eagerness to appear high-tech is comically undercut by absurd bragging. In another scene, he juggles titties in one hand, titties in the other, while on the phone, completely unaware that he's ignoring his partner. The absurdity peaks when under gunfire, Ed panics and does the opposite of a savvy thief. He yells helplessly, "They shoot in, they shoot in." A riff on "I'm gonna selfish." He loves the adrenaline of crime and any trappings of cool it affords him. He gleefully takes Riley's help and then happily accepts Granddad's car when they run out of options. His goal in this episode is pecuniary. He and Rummy are staging break-ins to sell Wuncler Enterprises' new burglar alarm systems, a satirical jab at fear-based marketing. Yet Ed is neither genius nor cunning. In fact, he often misunderstands situations. After being shot in the chest by Granddad's shotgun, saved only by his vest, Ed is more curious about Granddad's audacity than in getting caught. He asks witnesses, as if the universe owes him deference for surviving. Ed's personality is a complex bundle, loud, sometimes kindly, but mostly oblivious. He casually uses the N-word with Gin Rummy, whom he jokingly calls not out of malice, but as a crude attempt to bond, a slapstick reference to how he and his friend are white wiggers, dressing and acting in urban hip-hop style. Yet he clearly doesn't grasp the gravity of their sins. When Riley's family is nearly charged with conspiracy for refusing to identify the thieves, Ed is amused, not remorseful. This disconnect underscores his shallowness. In Thank You for Not Snitching, the satire continues. Ed flouts law and decency not out of ideology but entitlement, much like a privileged leader who expects handouts for his loyalty. The episode even nods to this while Rummy and Ed target the Freemans. The real power-hungry Wuncler, Ed's grandfather, quietly ensures justice is twisted. The show often casts Ed's lineage as the source of most of the problems that Huey faces, a cold capitalist puppeteering events from the shadows. In summary, Ed is a comedic disaster of a character arrogant, ignorant, but with a childlike need for approval. His narrative arc in this episode is brief. He bumbles through the heists, endures a shotgun blast, and saunters off mocking Riley. Yet his role is vital. Through Ed's eyes and smartphone, we see a satire of privilege abusing power. His enthusiastic one-liners, "Man, love this Bluetooth. It changed my life," while ridiculous also humanize him. They show a man trying desperately to feel modern and powerful, even as he fails at both. Standing beside Ed is Gin Rummy, Ed's oldest friend and fellow ex-soldier. Where Ed is ostentatious and bird-brained, Gin is jaggedly sharp and cynical. He's called Gin Rummy as a tongue-in-cheek play on Donald Rumsfeld, and indeed, Gin's clipped speech and mantras mirror Rumsfeld's infamous lines. The show's creators make this explicit. Gin insists the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, directly echoing the WMD debate in Iraq. This isn't just comedic window dressing. Jin's worldview is shaped by his time in the army and perhaps the trauma of war. He sees conspiracies and threats everywhere and applies Orwellian logic to justify their bungling crimes. Gin's real-world parallel is sharp. He's a parody of Donald Rumsfeld, the U.S. Secretary of Defense. The writers even set him up with that idea in mind. Rumsfeld's ghost haunts Gin's rationalizations. The line, "The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence," is Gin's battle cry, echoing the Bush administration's logic on weapons of mass destruction. In this, Gin is self-proclaimed patriot, though what he protects is ambiguous. He wields government-like rhetoric to justify petty crimes, satirizing how lofty language can excuse immoral actions. His very name, Ed Rummy, is a wink, a literal shuffle of rummy tying the character to political reality.
There are reports that there is no evidence of a direct link between Baghdad and some of these terrorist organizations.
There are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Excuse me, but is this an unknown unknown?
I'm not.
Several unknowns, and I'm just wondering if this is an unknown.
I'm not going to say which it is.
But Mr. Secretary,
no, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Hey, boy. Go to bed soon.
Good night, Granddad.
If you had a headset like mine, you could run on the phone right now. Nah, baby, I'm still here. Oh, shit.
What was that? Come on!
Word down to the gym is that he done wore the same pair of drawers for the last 3 days. And you know he played power skate, right? Power racquetball. Then he go and lift weights.
What you say, Miss Bond? How's it?
He just hating, cause see, I ain't even tell Janet anything about what you told me. Would you get off that f***ing phone?
Sit down, Miss Bond.
We're taking fire, run!
Get them Negroes, Miss Bond.
No, I'm still here, yo. Can I still come on?
Come on! You want some of this? Come on!
Power of a white folks. Get them Miss Bond. That's the way. Wait, Miss Bond, wait. Let me have a piece of that. Come on now. Buck 'em down.
Riley.
Hey, Riley, look, man, I just really hot. Niggas is shooting, man.
What? Shoot?
Hey! This the car that got pimped out by Exhibit.
Say, motherfucker, you on the phone? You talking to me?
I'm talking to Riley.
Hey, y'all see the new rims I got on my bike?
This thing has a push-button starter like a race car. So you wouldn't even need a key.
I know y'all niggas not trying to jack Dorothy. Whoa, whoa! What y'all do?
Oh, we just gonna borrow the car for a little while. Don't worry about it. You know, we bring it right back. We bring it right back, bruh.
Whoa, wait, hold up. Y'all can't take my granddad's car. Stop there, you can't take the car.
Whoa, this is nice.
Was that a bomb? Been like you mad at me, is it? Huh? Oh, sweet Jesus, they stole Dorothy, Lord!
He saw it! He saw everything!
Riley, who did this? Damn it, hurry up, boy. Tell us who did it. Now you gonna tell me who stole my car, or I'm gonna get my belt or a 2x4 and go upside your head.
Ed Rummy's personality is intense. He's quick to anger, quick to threaten, and never at ease with any flashiness. He hates Ed's Bluetooth gadget from the first moment he saw it, mocking his friend for looking like he's going to a fucking comic book convention. Jin represents the opposite mindset, a survivor who hates unnecessary technology or showiness. He christens a smartphone or headset as technology, meaning it's useless to him. When Ed brags about being techno-savvy, Jin deadpans that in the present it just looks ridiculous. This technophobia hints at Jin's paranoia. He trusts only what he understands from old analog days. It also reflects a subtle anti-war vets trope. He fought modern wars but remains grounded in basic hands-on pragmatism. Yet Gin is no saint. He has the same ruthless drive for profit and survival that Ed does, but with the humor dry and the threats pointed. In the episode when Granddad shoots Ed, Gin immediately surrenders and even quips about their scheme. He calmly explains it to Ed on the couch, saying they were burgling houses to get people to buy more of Wuncler Enterprises' burglar alarm systems. There's a logical clarity in him. This was a plan. Unlike Ed's erraticness, yet it's still criminal. His only regret is failing. Jin's motivations are layered. On one hand, he's a hardened soldier who enjoys the mission. He thrives on the power trip of outsmarting the system, but he's also fiercely loyal to Ed, though he masks it with tough love. He chastises Ed, calls him stupid motherfucker, yet he'd never let Ed hang. For instance, he intimidates a crooked store clerk to protect Ed's mistake. He willingly uses Riley's silence for their advantage, but not vindictively when he finally thanks Riley. It's almost with a grudging respect. This complexity is key. Jin is shaped by violence but isn't chaotic. He's a silent guardian in his own twisted way. Here, even his moniker transforms Rumsfeld's name into a street persona. The episode's plot of breaching houses for a corporate scheme, terrorize them to sell more alarms, mirrors the critique of capitalist profiteering from fear, a pointed jab at the military-industrial complex. When Granddad's Wuncler brand alarm fails, it metaphorically suggests the hollowness of these corporate promises. In terms of narrative, Ed Rummy's essence is captured in two moments: his scornful gaze at Ed's technological bravado and his final taunt to Riley. When he sees Ed yapping into the Bluetooth, he sneers, "I hate the fucking headset," and later lectures that no technology is worth my dignity. That line is not only humorous, it's defiantly humanist. He'd rather risk looking insane than betray his sense of self. And at the end, as he rides off on Riley's bike, he triumphantly bellows, "Thank you for not snitching." The laughter in his voice is triumphant but uneasy. It's as if he's testing the creed he preaches. This chillingly gleeful line, juxtaposed with Ed's hateful insult, leaves Riley shattered. Ed Rummy stands as the episode's philosophical counterweight. Ed is clueless and flamboyant. Jin is calculating and nihilistic. Together they mirror two sides of a political critique: the empty gadget head, bush blind, and the willfully cynical war hawk, Rumsfeld wary. Their banter is peppered with real arrogance and bitterness, yet beneath it lies a twisted camaraderie. As one critic notes, Rummy considers himself a patriot and will do whatever it takes to bring the fugitives of justice their due, a dark joke on imperial vengeance. In Thank You for Not Snitching, Rummy's final tagline, "Thank you for not snitching," becomes both a punchline and a judgment on Riley's sacrifice.
Who stole my car? Nobody steal my car. I paid for my car.
But what would my niggas think of me if I snitch? Wait a minute, what niggas? Hey, I got niggas. Where? In the street? What streets?
I ain't asking no more. Come here.
I can't do it, Granddad. I can't talk to the popo. Tell Granddad. He's not the police.
That's right. You can tell me.
You promise not to tell?
I promise. I swear on your life.
You lying. That's messed up, Granddad.
Damn it, boy. Tell me who stole my car. How am I going to get my butter beans? Give me a little more time. I get out of them.
The officers have orders to take you both in for questioning. I'm sorry.
Both of us?
I'm afraid so.
Don't snitch, Granddad. They don't know nothing unless you tell them.
Damn it. Come here.
Sir, please release the child. Release the child, sir.
Ironically, despite the hip-hop community being the driving force behind the Stop Snitching movement, rappers tend to snitch on themselves a lot. In 2000, rapper Gangstalicious reportedly assaulted record executive Johnny Guinness with a tennis racket and a bottle of Hennessy on the set of a music video. Guinness refused to cooperate with authorities, but the next day, Gangstalicious made an appearance on MTV's TRF.
Hold on. Dr. B. Gangstalicious, my mind's too vicious. EMC's all day, delicious. My whole crew up in this, no doubt we gonna win this. Smack up your moms like I smacked Johnny Guinness. 3 o'clock yesterday, I don't care what they say. Suckers really shouldn't play, I hit them with the Hennessy.
Back at the neighborhood watch, Tom was facing an all-out revolt.
Please, people! Riley Freeman will talk, I assure you.
I say it's time we officially militarized the neighborhood watch.
No, everyone calm down. I promise you, Riley will talk soon. Do you even have a permit for that gun?
Maybe I don't. Come and pry it from my cold, dead hands, boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Police knew Granddad wasn't robbing the houses. What they didn't know was if he, like Riley, was withholding information.
Now, listen here, you little. I'm gonna ask you some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. Now, you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 9:15?
Yes, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it was 9:15.
So you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 9:15?
Yeah, 9. Yes. I looked at my watch and yes. 9:15.
So you're telling me definitely that you pulled into the garage and went into the house at 8:15?
Yes, I believe it was 8:15. Definitely.
And you see something? You know you done fucked up, right?
No. I said no. I said I pulled into the garage at...
You know you done fucked up, right?
No. I said, wait a minute. I told you I pulled into the garage.
But without Riley talking, the cops had nothing. And Riley wasn't talking.
I know y'all seen niggas with spinning rims, right? But check it. I'm saying on the bike though, and then like when I pop a wheelie, know what I mean? And that front wheel be up off the ground and keep spinning. Woo, boy, man, nigga.
Somebody get me out of here.
They just mad cause I'm out
before
here.
I shoot this fucking kid.
I be like,
One problem black people have with snitching is that the police don't necessarily protect those that come forward. Take the case of Bernard Jefferson, who helped the police shut down a local crack house.
Hey, you did the right thing.
So, do you think I might need some protection or something?
Yeah, that's more the feds thing. You'll be fine. You see anything weird, you just give us a call, all right, buddy? Okay.
Hey, Bernard! You snitch ass!
Bernard lived, but when he refused to identify the man who shot him, he was charged with conspiracy and sentenced to a month in jail.
Can't believe this little young kid's out this damn mind. Boy, get upstairs and go to your room. I'm gonna take me a nap, gonna drink me a Red Bull, then I'm gonna wake up and beat you till you decide to talk.
I did everything I could, but if Riley doesn't talk, they're both going to be charged tomorrow.
At the heart of this episode is Riley Freeman's rigid adherence to the code of silence. When Riley witnesses Ed and Rummy burglarize his grandfather's garage, his first instinct is to protect his friends rather than alert the police. This embodies the stop snitching phenomenon in urban culture, a distrust of law enforcement combined with an overriding loyalty to one's community. Still, Riley's mind is made up. He leans hard into street honor. What will my n***s think of me if I snitched? I got n***s in the street, he protests. Huey asks what? A dry challenge to Riley's bravado. This interplay exposes Riley's naivete. He longed for an urban loyalty he's never truly experienced. Trapped between childish bravado and real danger, Riley demonstrates how the romanticized code can betray the innocent. In the face of legal threats and jail time, Riley stubbornly clings to silence. He remains as Riley, so reluctant that his grandfather and even Tom Dubois unsuccessfully try to coax him to talk. The tragedy of loyalty unfolds in the final scene. Riley's silence has cost him. Ed and Rummy have stolen his bike and are riding away on it. When Granddad calmly asks Riley if someone stole his bike, Riley's world shatters. All along, he upheld the code for his family's sake, and yet the criminals openly mock him. Gin's mocking thank you for not snitching, and Ed's cruel tag, drive Riley to the brink of tears. In a powerful reversal, Riley's loyalty has only empowered his victims and punished him. This outcome is the episode's moral pivot. The narrative forces us to question blind loyalty. Is protecting friends always noble? Huey's argument that loyalty to family must sometimes override loyalty to peers is a humanistic plea. Justice for loved ones should matter more than criminal camaraderie. Yet Riley refuses. The Boondocks places this conflict under a comedic microscope, but the emotional core is raw. Riley's heartbreak cries out to the viewer. Sometimes ideologies hurt the very people they aim to protect. The scene leaves a damp silence, more potent than any laugh. The episode implies that if two white burglars like Ed and Jin had been caught, they wouldn't enjoy the same leniency. But Woodcrest is an all-white collective, and the default villain is always assumed to be black. This double standard is a bitter joke that the Boondocks uses to indict systemic racism. One critic notes that Wuncler Enterprises, Ed's grandfather's company, effectively controls local power, so when the world assumes criminals are black, it's not random prejudice but a structural advantage. Ed and Jin themselves play into this dynamic unknowingly. They freely use racial epithets among themselves, a nod to their Wigger personas, but when a true emergency occurs, their whiteness shields them. The audience is meant to feel the injustice. Ed and Jin can literally shoot at the Freemans and then walk away under Granddad's protection, all because the town's collective racism has built them an invisible armor. This is highlighted when police show up to arrest Ed and Rummy. The crowd is confused why they are being taken away. Granddad quietly explains they never fit the profile. The line from the synopsis is blunt. As usual, they are not arrested because the police suspected the criminals to be black. This conveys one of the episode's darker truths, that an innocent black family can suffer, while two white idiots go unpunished. The humor of this scenario is dark. The community literally prays to catch black criminals and ends up ruining the Freemans' lives in the process, yet it's no laughing matter. In commentary, the Boondocks treats race as a living force. The ludicrousness of Ed ranting about Bluetooth and Jin complaining about technology lulls viewers into laughter, but then the laughs die when the Freemans bear the consequences. For example, when Mrs. Von Hausen tries to shoot Ed and Jin out of fear, firing a rifle at random intruders, her paranoia is fueled by the same racial panic. She literally guards the Freeman home thinking the Freemans are safe only because they won't snitch, ironically. The show flips the no snitch joke on its head. The community endorses silence on the real criminals simply because they were white. It's a scathing critique of injustice. Huey, ever the voice of reason, tries to pierce Riley's belief. He argues that refusing to tell the truth doesn't apply when the protection of one's family is at stake, reminding Riley that silence could make Granddad and family guilty of conspiracy. Huey also contextualizes the no-snitch culture historically, noting its roots in communities abused by police.
I'm a paranoid guy, that's how I am. I'd be scared to call 911 for anything, even if it's like a fire or anything, because they tape those phone calls. I see the shows, they tape them, and then they play them on television. Now, I'll say anything if I'm scared. That shit's private, you know what I mean? What if I get killed? They start playing that 911 tape on the news, I'm dead, I can't explain myself to my buddies. We watching the news. We have Reg Chapman on the scene. Reg, what's going on out there? It always takes a guy on the scene a minute. Hi, Bob. Hi, yes. We just got hold of a copy of Dave Chappelle's Frantic. 911 emergency call. Remember, viewers, some of this language is disturbing. Hello, emergency. Help! Help! They're coming to get me! Just calm down, sir. Where are you? I shit on myself. I can't stop crying. They play 30, 40 times a day. All my buddies will be at my funeral looking at me. You know Dave shit on himself right before me. I saw it on the news. Died crying like a... I'll be dead. I can't defend myself. That's not a nice thing to do. That's not a nice thing to do. I mean, it's a 911 tape. How do they expect you to sound? Of course you're going to be scared. It's an emergency. There's nobody calls 911 cool and relaxed. That shit would sound ridiculous. Hello, emergency. Hi. Hey, 911, how are you? Yeah. Look, there's a group of hooded white men gathering outside of my house, and it looks like they mean business. Get out here! I gotta go. You guys try and hurry.
In a brief lecture, Huey points out a bitter irony. Many rappers who preach no snitching end up incriminating themselves through their own songs. Moreover, the episode skewers media and celebrity culture. There's a subplot with rapper Gangstalicious flaunting about criminal acts on TV, a direct parody of real-life incidents where artists incriminate themselves, highlighted in the background trivia. Huey's mention of rappers snitching on themselves ties into this. It's a self-referential wink at hip-hop's no snitching image. The background music is littered with pop culture references, even the beating of cliche trap music during robberies making the satire.
So, AR Ab, right? Salute to AR Ab. He has an affiliate named Skinny Me. For clarity, this is AR Ab. This is Skinny Me. Okay? Makes sense. Skinny Me, AR Ab. AR Ab is a top goon from Philly. He's a guy who, you know, when Drake was beefing with Meek, he's like, yo, I'm bumping AR Ab, all that type of stuff. He's one of them. He's one of the real guys, okay? I remember one time he was on Vlad and he was describing how many times he got shot. And I'm like, this is eating bullets like the Cookie Monster. I couldn't believe it. This guy is the real fucking deal. Anyway, this guy, he's now doing 45 years. So AR Ab is doing 45 years in prison. Skinny Me just got a life sentence plus 25 years for... Now, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, like, maybe they got it all wrong. These guys, they couldn't be as bad as these charges and these sentences are coming down to say. Skinny Me don't look like he would hurt a fly. Like, not like, where are the fucking feds and authorities getting all this information? Now, granted, they didn't use these interviews, but it wasn't surprising that these situations are coming true once I heard this clip. Listen to this. I've never heard something like this in my life. Hold on.
That's what I like about Skinny Me music, man. It's just raw. And it's like reality rap.
The mafia.
Skinny Me will go through a situation, and guess what? It's gonna be in the song. He's gonna make a song about it the same day. So I know that's why I feel it so much. I know it.
A reckless anthem.
When he said I did that, I seen him do it.
Whoa.
When he said somebody try to drop on me, not wrestle me out for the gun,
man.
and I seen him do it. I know he did it for a fact. That's what I like about Skinny Me music, man. It's just raw. And it's like reality rap.
The mafia.
Skinny Me will go through a situation, and guess what? It's gonna be in the song. He's gonna make a song about it the same day. So I know that's why I feel it so much. I know it.
A reckless anthem.
When he said I did that, I seen him do it. When he said somebody try to drop on me, not wrestle me out for the gun,
man.
and I seen him do it. I know he did it for a fact.
Pizza time. Everybody love pizza time. Wake up in the morning, it's pizza time. Go to dinner, eat it, it's pizza time. Pizza time. Mother. Stop, man.
Hell no. Let's go. Come on. You.
Man, see what I tell you, Rockwell, huh? What I tell you, you snitch ass bitch. Roll with me.
Let the atoms roll with me.
What the hell is wrong with you? This ain't a movie, Riley. You and Granddad about to go to jail. I can't snitch. This person stole from your family. I tried to stop him. Yeah. Hey.
May I sit down over there next to Riley? What are you guys talking about? Are you talking about who's doing the break-ins? If you know, you can tell me. I won't tell anybody.
Jasmine, are you wearing a wire?
Code Blue! Code Blue!
What the hell is this, a snitchathon? Man, there's snitches everywhere. They under the bed, too? How about the closet?
Hey there, boys. Ooh, this is uncomfortable.
See, I'm what they call techno-savvy. I f***s with the future.
Yeah, the problem is we don't live in the future, Ed. We live in the present. And in the present, that shit looks ridiculous. It's not a cybernetic ear, it's a fucking cell phone headset. The only thing you're gonna do with it is call a bitch. And unless the bitch is a Martian, there ain't no explanation for the shit to look that damn high tech. Have you seen that shit in the mirror? You look like you're going to a comic book convention.
This the house?
Yeah, man, this the house.
Hold up, I'm getting a call. Yeah. What's good, baby?
Ed, ain't that one of your grandfather's alarm systems?
Nah.
You sure? It says Wuncler security.
No. I ain't seen no naked pictures, girl. Send them to my sidekick.
Damn it, Ed, get off that fucking phone. I think we in the...
Who's there? Huh?
Wrong house.
Yeah, I'm still here. Fucking unshot me.
I don't get it. You guys got elephant dollars. Why you robbing people?
'Cause I'm an American. It's the American way, man. Where the fuck was you raised in a third world country?
See, as I broke it down to Ed, Pops, if people don't have a need, then there won't be no demand. So we out here creating the demand, you know what I'm saying?
Turns out Ed and Rummy were breaking into homes as a way to stimulate sales for Wuncler's security service, which was owned by Ed's grandfather. The irony is Granddad had already signed up for Wuncler's security. And to add insult to injury, it didn't even work.
Thank You for Not Snitching aired in 2007, at a time when no snitching was headline news in urban America, and Bush politics were still fresh. By placing caricatures of Bush and Rumsfeld in a suburban crime caper, Magruder invites viewers to laugh then flinch. The laughing stops when we realize Ed and Jin's crimes are more than silly thievery. They're symptomatic of a society where self-interest trumps truth and where authority and victimhood is often determined by race. Thank You for Not Snitching is rich and complex, turning hilarious and heartbreaking. The episode uses the familiar Boondocks format of sharp dialogue and over-the-top situations to ask serious questions. What happens when blind loyalty becomes harmful? How does race skew justice? How do politics and personality collide when criminals hold all the cards? Through Ed Wuncler III, we see the folly of power without insight. His bravado, man, love this Bluetooth, masks an inner insecurity. His every mistake, from gadget obsession to thoughtless racism, is rooted in ignorance and entitlement. Through Gin Rummy, we confront the cynicism bred by violence. His epithets and philosophies take jabs at the real world's cold strategists. Even his final gleeful thank you for not snitching is as chilling as it is ludicrous. Meanwhile, Riley Freeman embodies the conflict of culture and conscience. His heart breaks not because of bullets or punches, but because ideals failed him. The weepy smile on his face at the episode's end is an indictment of every society that values misconceived honor over justice for the innocent. All the while, Huey and Granddad stand by, shaken and cunning witness to this circus of folly. They remind us of the larger canvas. Boondocks has always been about the freedom to speak truth to power, even if it's couched in rap battles or shotgun farce. As a reflective narration would emphasize, this episode is a microcosm of modern society. It suggests that sometimes the most dangerous criminals are not the ones we suspect, and the greatest betrayals come from the loyalties we refuse to break. In the end, Thank You for Not Snitching leaves the viewer contemplative. We laughed at Ed and Rummy, but we also felt Riley's pain. We chuckled at Jin's jabs, but then winced at the truths behind them. That blend of humor and honesty is the hallmark of the Boondocks. This episode, brimming with dialogue drawn from reality, stands as a satirical mirror, one that's both entertaining and uncomfortably accurate.
Yeah, well, now y'all get it right next time. You know the cost of bullets are going up.
Sure, you're right. Hey, thanks for being so cool about this, Pops. You all right with me?
Anyway, Granddad got his car back, and that was that.
Oh, come on. It was a misunderstanding. Hey, Ed,
Give your granddaddy my best. They did it. Cheers.
Don't you think?
There's no way.
Them ain't no. Oh, they couldn't be them.
You're looking.
No charges were filed.
Nah, baby, I'm not talking to you.
My bike! Someone stole my bike!
Yo, Riley! Spinning, baby!
Ed Rummy just stole my bike! I can't stand it! Stole my damn bike! Hey, come back! Bring me back, Mom!
What's that, boy?
Nothing.
Where's your bike?
I hope you got some insurance on those spinners.
Whee! Thank you for not snitching!
Yes.